Welcome back to Beat the Heat on Sports. We want to thank you guys for joining us on episode number 4. We hope you guys enjoy the Wheel of Not Ideal video that we posted out this morning. Go take a look. Check it out. Show some love. Yeah, go like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. But we look forward to making more of those, as well as some Beat My Record videos as well. We're going to go set our record at some courses and then try to beat it. It'll be a more serious look on it.
More realistic view of us every day.
It won't be as chill, and I mean, it will be fun. We'll make jokes and whatever, but it's going to be more serious.
Watch us suck at golf.
You can watch us suck at golf. But we have some interesting topics to talk about today, some controversial topics as well. So, Chandler, take it away.
All right, so we're going to get into the NFL. Some Tyreek Hill getting traded to the Dolphins. Was it a good trade? How will he fit in? Will the Chiefs be okay after all of it? Should the NFL fix overtime rules? Very big topic right there, I feel. Matt Ryan's gone to the Colts, sending Marcus Mariota to the Falcons. What does this kind of mean for Baker? He was looking at the Colts. Tom Brady is now training with Julian Edelman a little bit to return. Do you think Julian's going to return to the league and come play with him at the Bucs? Then we'll go over to some March Madness, some Sweet 16 thoughts. Gonzaga, gone. Arizona, gone. Who do you think is winning it all? Then we'll kick it over to the NBA. New York City. It okays the unvaxxed athletes to play some home games. All right, we're getting some more Kyrie back. Then we got the Lakers losing yet again to the 76ers and pretty much everybody in the league. Will they be able to make it to the playoffs? Can they turn it around? LeBron's playing great, but who knows? Zion not returning this season. Very, very weird thing. Then we got Mr. Lia Thomas.
Oh man,
a lot of swimming going on right there. Something to talk about, and then we'll finally wrap up the episode with Little League starting. Beware some parents, beware some bats flying around. So
we'll see about that. So let's jump right into it. Tyreek Hill traded to the Dolphins.
Great trade in my opinion. I think it is a good trade. You look at the picks, you look at Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, he needed to kind of get away, and the Chiefs weren't willing to pay him. Next best fit. He's going to the Dolphins, man.
I mean, he did get the choice. You want to go to the Jets or the Dolphins? And he said,
Dolphins.
He said, who?
Yeah. Who are the Jets?
When talking about the Jets,
said,
he asked
I'm faster than the Jets. You already know.
Yeah, for real. But Tyreek Hill was traded to the Dolphins for 5 draft picks. A first round, this year's first round, number 29 pick. This year's second round, number 50 pick. This year's fourth round pick, and next year's fourth and sixth round picks. So the Chiefs can go and get some weapons to make up for the loss of Tyreek Hill. I like Tyreek Hill. I think he's a great athlete. He's super, super fast.
Crazy cheetah speed, obviously.
I mean, also known as the cheetah, yeah.
Dude, real quick, I think they're throwing in a lot of trades. I mean, a lot of picks this year. Like, every time I see a trade, pick. You look at, like, the Deshaun trade. You look at the Broncos trades. Yeah. I mean, everybody.
I mean, there was a couple players here and there, but
no, nothing crazy. But picks are what it is now. I don't know. And like looking at like college athletes right now, I just don't think that there's enough in the next 2 years that are really just like standing out to me. There are going to be crazy picks that are out there.
Yeah, but, I mean, Aiden Hutchinson would be the only person on the defensive side of the ball.
And then whatever the dude that he like tore his Achilles or something too.
Yeah,
he was.
I know you're talking about.
He was like top 5 or whatever.
That was rough to see. He was going to go high in the draft, but now with that, people may not take him again.
Yeah, no, man.
But back onto Tyreek Hill, how will he fit in with the Dolphins? I think he will.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great.
I just think that Tua is going to have some growing to do.
Yeah.
He's not a Patrick Mahomes who can just throw the ball 60 yards down the field and just say, Tyreek's down there anymore.
I don't think he's a Joey Burrow either, where he just comes to the league and is just great.
I mean, he can't throw the ball as far, but I think, honestly, though, you're able to use Tyreek Hill, utilize him in the short field and midfield. You don't have to go deep with him anymore. No. Just let him get open in the short range, get him on a 2-yard slant, get him the ball, and then just let him pick up speed.
Exactly.
I mean, the Dolphins' offense, they're speedy.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Tyreek Hill with a 4.29 40. You have Jalen Waddle with a 4.37 40. Mike Gesicki with a 4.54 40. You have Chase Edmonds they picked up from the Cardinals with a 4.55 40. And then you have Raheem Mostert with a 4.34 40.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
I mean,
if they're not running the ball down everyone's throats the entire game and just taking deep shots with some of their outside options and then just getting in with like some crossing routes for Tyreek to where he can just kind of run around the field. Dude, that man is like a little chicken with his head cut off.
I mean, the dude literally was behind a defensive player throwing up the peace signs. He was behind the man, throwing up peace signs and then just passed him. I was like, how?
It's wild.
But will the Chiefs be okay with this with the trade of Tyreek Hill?
Yeah.
I think they'll be okay on football side of things. Mentally, I don't think they will be okay, and here's why: because now you have Juju and Jackson Mahomes together.
Nobody wants to see them dancing on the sidelines or on logos every game.
Look, Patrick Mahomes was like,
"Hey, I'm going to correct you another week in a row. It is Jax Mahomes.
Oh, my bad.
He does
Jax
not like
Mahomes.
being called Jackson anymore. It is Jax.
But Patrick, you no longer can say screw it. Tyreek's down there somewhere. You may get to say that with Juju.
Yeah.
If he's not dancing on the sideline making TikToks. Yeah. But I think they will be okay. Yeah. You still have Patrick Mahomes, who's a great quarterback.
They'll figure it out.
Great quarterback.
They'll probably pick somebody
Andy Reid. Andy Reid is an amazing coach.
Best coach.
They will be okay. But I do think it is a big loss.
Yeah,
I mean, you still got Travis Kelce, and I saw these funny photos. Defenses next year, and it was Travis Kelce double teamed, triple teamed, quadruple teamed. And they were saying that's all Patrick has. So they were kind of roasting Juju a little bit.
That's fine.
But I mean, it's honestly true.
At this point.
Travis Kelce, it's you and Patrick next year. I'm so sorry. Your back's going to be hurting a little bit. But let's jump right into, should the NFL fix the overtime rules?
Yes, they should. They should be the exact same as college. I mean, like, nothing should change. I know, like you were talking about earlier today, I think like some teams have proposed like ways that they think it should be. And I'm open to anything that we could do that would change it from what it is now. The game take way too long to watch right now as it is, over 3 hours, and then you get into overtime, and it's just like, okay, the game's over, basically. Like, they don't give anybody a chance. It's like, if we're going to do that, let's go all out with it. Let's figure out a way to make this productive for both teams while yet not putting some big, like, time limit up there. I know they already dropped it from 15 minutes to 10 minutes, which helps, but at the same time, dude, it can go into like 4 overtimes and nothing happened because of the way they have it.
Yeah, so the Indianapolis Colts and Philadelphia Eagles have proposed making it mandatory for each team to have an overtime possession before moving to sudden death.
Great idea.
The Tennessee Titans proposed a tweak that would implement mandatory possession for each team unless the team that has the first possession scores a touchdown and converts a successful 2-point attempt.
I really like that. I like that a lot. The 2-point conversion. And then my kind of proposal back to that is, so say they don't get the 2-point conversion and another team walks down the field, runs down there, scores, touchdown, do they kick a field goal to win, or do they have to get the 2-point?
I don't know. I think you issue the 2-point conversion. I don't think you can kick a field goal.
Yeah,
I don't think you should be able to kick a field goal.
Exactly.
I think you have to go for the 2-point, unless it is coming down to the like overtime. The 10 minutes is expiring. You don't want that tie. I think then you can kick a field goal.
I said we just give the teams the ball in the 25 and say you have 4 downs to score. First person to score a touchdown and a field goal wins the game.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But yeah, I do think that the NFL should fix the overtime rules. I agree with you. I love football, but games take way too long in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Way too long. Mm-hmm. So let's jump right into the Colts. Speaking of them, proposing that
Matty Ice,
that mandatory overtime possession. Matty Ice, Matt Ryan is traded to the Colts.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
I think he's going to blow a 28-3 lead. at some point during the year. It's just bound to happen, apparently. And he'll probably be against the Buccaneers because Tom Brady still probably hates the man.
It's always Tom.
Tom Brady had unfinished business, and then when he heard Matt Ryan was going to the Colts, he's like, "Oh, I need to unretire and just go ahead and get on this and beat this man this year." I think it's fine. I wanted Baker to go to the Colts or the Seahawks, and so that's my whole big thing with it is that I think the Colts were a good fit for Baker, and they gave him options to kind of restart his career and be successful. But it's okay. We'll bring in an old man with chicken legs.
Yeah, I think he's going to be fine. I mean, he's 34, 35. Mm-hmm. All you honestly have to do with the Colts is, I mean, you got an O-line. You got an O-line. Probably the best O-line in the league. Yeah. You say downset hut, turn around, look at Jonathan Taylor, and hand him the ball.
Maybe Matt Ryan's trying to make like a Peyton Manning play, kind of like how he got later in with the Broncos, trying to win another Super Bowl. Like, hey, somebody's coming at me, throwing the ball away. Don't touch me, man. Don't touch me. I'm just trying to preserve my life and win a Super Bowl. Don't touch me.
Just win a Super Bowl and be done.
Bro, you already know if Von Miller was on the other side of the Denver Broncos with Peyton Manning and like in scrimmage practices, Peyton would never take off that red shirt. He is not getting touched by anybody.
That is so true. But I mean, I think the Colts will be fine. I think Matty Ice is going to be fine. Yeah. He's got Paris Campbell, Jonathan Taylor, Kiki QT. He's got T.Y. Hilton, Michael Pittman Jr. I mean, he's got Mo Ali Cox. I mean, he's got people. He's got weapons.
Definitely options.
I think he's going to be fine. Yeah. And like I said, best O-line in the game.
Hey, let me ask you. Do you remember a guy named Marcus Mariota that played for, I believe, Oregon about 70 years ago?
Yeah, I do remember the good Oregon days. I remember the good tiny. I remember the good Tennessee Titan days. But after that, I honestly can't say I remember you, Marcus. I forgot you were in the league. But now you get a starting position back in Atlanta.
Yeah, he does.
Cordell Patterson. That's pretty much all you have because
maybe Calvin Ridley.
No, I doubt it because he gambles too much. He gambles too much. And why would you?
He hangs out with John Daly way too much.
You gambled against your own team. You didn't have any faith in your team. He's like, Matty Ice, you got to go. You just suck. But I mean, Marcus going to the Falcons. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still got it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I agree.
I do know that Baker was wanting to go to the Colts. Baker's wanting to go to the Falcons. Mm-hmm. I think the thing is if Baker wants to go to any other team right now, he's going to have to be released. Yeah. No one wants to pay the contract that Baker Mayfield wants.
And it was literally the Browns screwing him over that entire time with it. The Browns gave him so much money up front, and then they just decided we're not willing to keep rolling with this for the next 2 years. Dude, just get him an offensive line and let him rehab. We made it through the season with him in one piece. Let him take the offseason to kind of get his body right. You know, he was saying thank you. He knew the trade was coming. I mean, like, he knew they were going to get Deshaun. I don't think they gave him an option on requesting a trade. I think they told him, hey, we're looking at different options. Deshaun is number one on the table. We're letting you know now that you may want to go ahead and request a trade.
Yeah.
Like, I think he was forced into it in a way. I don't think Baker wanted to just say, hey, I'm done here. I don't think Baker's a guy that just quits on everyone either.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't just up and leave. He's already had controversy his entire life.
I mean, I will give it to Baker. Baker does have that dog mentality. Yeah. He doesn't like to lose.
He wakes up feeling dangerous. Man.
I mean, he's very competitive.
Yeah.
I don't like him in the sense that he played for OU.
Oh, great in OU.
Go
Sooners.
Go Sooners. But I mean, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Baker. I don't care for as much of his progressive commercials. I think you just need to focus more on football. But I think he's just gonna have to be released. He's gonna have to be released. I think he would be a good fit in Atlanta. I think he would be a good fit in Houston. I definitely think he'd be a good fit in Seattle right now. Yeah. I don't think Seattle wants Drew Lock as a starting quarterback.
At the very
I think
least.
you'd want somebody else who's young. Drew's experienced, but he's just not good.
Yeah,
he's not good. I mean, I saw the post that DK Metcalf said I guess it's my time to take over the team. It may be some DK throwing the ball to DK. I don't know. I don't know how the Seattle issue is going to play out, but I think Baker would be a good fit in Seattle.
Yeah,
I mean, Pete Carroll's a good coach. Pete Carroll
chewing
can
that gum though, man.
He do be chewing.
I'm pretty
that
sure
gum.
his jaw has got to be broken or something.
Something like that. But let's jump into some Tom Brady.
The GOAT.
Training with Julian Edelman. Does this mean Julian's going to return?
No.
No?
No. He looks jacked, but it's because of steroids.
You think he's still
I don't think he
steroids?
can get off PEDs.
I mean, he did have that knee injury, a really bad knee injury. He had surgery over it. He's recovering. Honestly, I think he looked good. I think he looked good, though. I think he looked good running his routes.
I think enough money will make anybody look good, man. I wish I had a lot of money. I'd probably look like Julian Edelman, too. Get some muscle fillers. Get some Botox. I don't know what you... That man, I do like his beard, though. That man
does have a
cool beard.
really nice beard. Really nice beard. But honestly, seeing the training with Julian Edelman makes me wonder, is Tom Brady trying to bring back the old Patriot team?
No. I mean, he could replace him for Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown done waved bye-bye to his life and his career.
His life and career, he done said
Antonio
deuces.
Brown just hangs out with Kanye now.
Yeah, that's true.
That's another one.
That's another one. But I mean, I haven't seen Rob Gronkowski sign.
No.
So, I mean, yeah, he's posted about it. He said, "You look good." Is Julian making a return? ? But I'm like, where are you going, Rob?
Rob is going to wherever the biggest parties are. Rob is a party
It's
man.
in Tampa. I mean, it's in Tampa with Thomas Brady, the kid kisser. He is going
Kisser.
the mouth kisser. He is going with Tom. I don't think he's going to leave Tom.
No, he'll be fine there.
Because I don't think anybody else is going to throw him the ball. No, I'm just kidding. People are going to throw him the ball. But let's wrap it up there on the NFL segment. Let's take a break, and then we're going to come in and talk about some March Madness.
All right.
Stay tuned. Welcome back to Beat the Heat on Sports.
The best podcast.
The best podcast in the nation.
Going ahead and going out on a limb, saying it. We are up and coming. It may not look like it on the subscriber list, but who cares?
Who cares? We're going in. March Madness. Some Sweet 16 thoughts, my guy.
Bye-bye, Gonzaga.
Bye-bye, Gonzaga. Arkansas came in and took care of business, beating the Bulldogs 74-68.
Bruh, have you ever seen a Razorback? I was on a trip. We were driving through Arkansas, and lo and behold, the Razorback cage pulls up. Like, whoever drives them to the games or anything, they pulled up to the same restaurant we are. That thing is scary. I ain't about it.
You don't want to go pet it?
Bro, no. If I saw that thing on the court before a game, I'd be like, I'm out, bro. And that is
Go
why
back to the locker room.
Gonzaga is gone.
Gonzaga is gone. Arkansas came in and took care of business, held them to shooting 35%.
Horrible. Chet Holmgren fouls out. Controversial foul out.
Honestly, though, yes, I think the refs sold on Chet.
Bro, I think the refs sold on every game.
Honestly, I think the refs this year, NCAA should do an investigation on the refs. I think they're gambling.
I think
they're gambling on these games.
Yeah, I can think of 3 refs in my high school career that I would say should be at a higher level than all of the refs I've seen in the tournaments. They're way better.
I agree.
Dude, it's just been bad this year.
It's
in
been
the
bad.
NBA and in March Madness, and I would say in any sport right now, refs kind of get a lot of hate, and so I don't know if they're just like, let's suck more and get more hate.
Yeah,
but they're
don't know.
trash. Dude.
I don't know. Not only that, Houston walks in and takes care of business, beating Arizona 72-60.
No more Arizona.
Dude, that was my championship matchup.
I
Gonzaga and Arizona. My bracket, it was already burned, but now it's like fully gone in ashes. I'm like kicking the ashes away.
Now I got Duke or St. Peter's in the championship.
Dude, St. Peter's taking care of business. I don't know if they took care. Honestly, I wouldn't say taking care of business because they only won by 3, but they came in.
I would say they're taking care of whatever they want to take care of.
The Peacocks are here in the tournament, my guy.
They have 3,000 students at the
3,000.
Who?
Dude, they showed a
they
picture.
They don't even have their logos on their uniform.
They
on
showed
their warm-ups.
a video of their gym, and I swear, every single student was in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, That's not a lot.
So when I was at college, traveling with our team, we played in like gyms the same size as in arenas the same size as whatever they got over there at St. Peter's. Like we probably had more room, and we're like some like D3 NCAA. It was horrible, but like at the same time, like it was wild. Yeah, we were bigger than they were as far as student wise too.
Yeah, it's weird, but hey. North Carolina is still dancing. They beat UCLA last night, 73-66. Miami is still dancing with a win over Iowa State, 70-56. And Kansas is the only number 1 ranked team still alive.
I forgot Kansas was still in there. They got a chance at winning it all for sure. I mean, dude, Baylor's gone. Gonzaga's gone.
Arizona. Dude. Kansas does have a really good shot. Today, stay tuned. Tonight at 5:09, you have Nova versus Houston. Then at 7:49, you have Arkansas versus Duke. Dude, honestly, I want to see in the Final Four Duke UNC. I want to see it. I want to see Duke UNC. Yeah. Final Four, Duke going to the championship versus Kansas.
Arkansas's on fire though. I don't know if they're gonna lose to Duke, but I think Duke should pull it out.
I think Duke should pull it out.
Just the whole Coach K's last season thing. I think he's gonna pull it out.
I think it's gonna be interesting. But St. Peter's is now playing in North Carolina. Should North Carolina be scared?
Yes, I would be scared.
I would be. I would be a little nervous.
This is the best since Loyola Chicago.
Yeah, this is the first team ever, first 15 seed team ever to make it to the Elite Eight.
Wild.
I mean, seriously, St. Peter's has taken out Kentucky. They took out. Now they've taken out Purdue. They've taken out.
I did not see that. I had Purdue and Duke playing next.
Dude, I
thought it was gonna be Purdue and Duke.
I thought it was gonna be
at some point.
I thought it was going to be totally different. I didn't think St. Peter's was going to make it.
Okay, give me a prediction of who you think is going to win it all. Just one team who you think is going to win it all.
Honestly, I would like to see Duke.
I would like to see Duke or St. Peter's.
I would like to see Duke. I don't think St. Peter's is on a run, but I don't think they're going to beat Kansas.
I think at some point they're going to end up losing, but Duke is my team through it all. I got Duke winning the whole show just for Coach K, even though they're the number 2.
Do it for Coach. Send him home packing on a nice.
As you can tell, it doesn't matter if you're good or not. The rankings don't matter. It's March Madness.
It really doesn't. It is March Madness, and it is living up to the hype this year.
How about the NBA?
Jump into the NBA. NYC has okayed unvaxxed athletes to play home games. This is big. Kyrie is back, my guy.
My man.
Kyrie is back.
He gonna be
honestly,
dribbling,
that is
dribbling and driving and dribbling
dude,
and shooting.
KD needed this.
Yes.
KD needed this.
Let's go
he
Nets.
Needed Kyrie back.
After James Harden wussed out.
They're sitting at the 8th seed. Honestly, I think they jump. I don't know, honestly, how many games are left in the season.
Boy,
there's off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that they, with Kyrie back fully, I think they jump into the playoffs. I don't think they play in the play-in.
I don't know about that. I think
I
think if they make the play,
they're 3 games back from Cleveland
to like conference finals.
They're 3 games back from Cleveland, and Cleveland has been losing a lot lately.
And Cleveland is the like first seed, like the 6th.
They're 6th seed.
6th seed.
They're the 6th seed. I think Brooklyn pulls it out, and I think they make it into the playoffs without having to play in the play-in.
I think they have a chance. I would also like to see Cleveland in the playoffs already, though. So,
I mean, they do it without LeBron. It would be nice to see. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But hey, this is big. This is big for the mayor to unvaxxed athletes, because not only does that play out for Kyrie, but that plays out in the world of baseball for not only the Yankees but the Mets as well. I mean, these guys couldn't even travel.
That's facts.
I mean, or they could travel to other teams, other places, but they couldn't go to Canada. I don't think you still go to Canada, but you can't. You could go anywhere else in the United States. You just couldn't play in your hometown. Yeah. That's stupid, but this is big. Lakers lose to the 76ers.
Lakers, man, they're tough.
Hey, they're now in the 10th seed, so now they, I guess, have a chance in the play-in. They don't have to play the Clippers first round. They play the Timberwolves.
Oh my God. think
But the Timberwolves have beat the Lakers. So will there be some
The
trolling?
Timberwolves just beat the Mavs like 114, like 95 or 97.
Yeah, that was
last night.
not good.
That was a horrible loss. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know, like, if we're trying to tank and get a lower seed or something. That's just dumb. It's, you know what it is. It's a lawsuit, man.
Dude, it's Don. Don Nelson is he's messing us over. He's messing us over. Man,
dude,
Mark Cuban, fix the problem. Fix it.
Lakers do not make the playoffs. That's my
I don't think the Lakers are going to make the playoffs. I think they will go up against Minnesota, but they're 2 games back. They're 2 games ahead of the Spurs.
Would this be the first time in like forever that LeBron did not make the playoffs?
I don't know, honestly.
It'll be a long time, I think.
It's going to be a long time. But
well, did he make it in his first season?
The
with
thing
the
is,
Lakers?
okay, let me just put it this way.
They suck.
LeBron is not the GOAT
Oh,
of basketball.
we're gonna talk about that next week.
Yeah.
There's a
He's
lot.
not the GOAT of basketball. Look, if you're the GOAT of basketball, you don't make play-ins. You make the tournament.
Wow.
But
Big
that's
facts.
beside the point.
Okay, Zion. Zion Williamson, heartbreaking. He's not returning this season. Why is that? Does anybody know?
Dude.
Because I watched this man throw the ball up, go through the legs, and dunk it.
My man done bent the floor.
My man, he puts indentions when he lands. That man,
He was about to take off the floor, and all you see is the court just sink.
You ever seen a heifer? That is Zion, man. That dude, that man weighs about 450 on a good day. That's before breakfast.
Let's look it up.
Dude, Zion is huge.
Does Zion Williamson weigh?
Thank you, Siri.
Thank you, Siri. My man weighs 330 pounds.
Oh my gosh. That man is obese. Okay. That's why he's not playing. I think his whole body is healthy other than the way that he weighs too much. Like, he just physically cannot play.
He definitely needs to lose some weight.
Oh my gosh, dude.
He
He could be an offensive lineman.
He honestly could play football. Forget basketball, just play football,
Yeah.
and you would be just fine. You'd be on the O-line, or you may be a running back.
Yeah.
You may you may be a power back into the league. But Zion is not returning.
Stupid.
Pelicans could have used you. I think the Pelicans would have been a whole lot better this year
I guess-
if you would be playing, because you are an athlete. I
yeah.
will say you're an athlete. You have unbelievable hops. You were a stud in high school.
Stud in college.
You took the world by storm in college, and when your shoe broke in the Duke UNC game, when your shoe broke,
Yeah.
it was over.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy, and people thought you died. I mean, I guess you did die on the court because you didn't come back for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you go into the NBA,
Bro, you know
you're
why his
taking the
shoes
league.
broke? Because he was putting some elephant feet in them mugs, and
Yeah,
they didn't give him the right shoes.
he was probably 300 right back then. But let's wrap up on Zion. Let's not take much of the time there. Let's take a quick break, and then we're going to come back with a very controversial topic.
Man, woman,
Swimmer. I don't
champion,
know. We'll
champion
see.
regardless.
We'll
apparently.
see. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Beat the Heat on Sports. We want to thank you for staying tuned to this episode. Let's jump into a very controversial
we got
topic.
A good topic, man.
William
Leah
Thomas.
Thomas. Okay, let me show you a quick stat real quick. All right, William or Leah, whatever you prefer to say, was ranked the 462nd best athlete in men's swimming, then jumped to the number 1 ranked women's swimmer. I think, Colin, we could be great in women's basketball. I think we need to try out. I don't think they can say anything. But congratulations, Emma Wayant, on actually winning.
Emma, I'm so sorry. That was a rough loss for you. Honestly, you should be the champion, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think, look, I get the world today is going to this transgender thing, but look, you're a man, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
You were born a man. You're a man. You're not a woman. Okay? You're
Oh my gosh, nobody can see the meme that just came up when I searched Lia Thomas. But
it was
the funniest thing ever.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
But look, you were born a man. You're a man. You're not a woman. God didn't make you to be a woman.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
But Lia Thomas is a college transgender swimmer who has won the national championship in Atlanta. Thomas touched the wall in 4 minutes, which is a 33.24 seconds in the 500-yard freestyle to win the D1 championship. It finished 1.75 seconds ahead of second place Emma Want, who attended Virginia. The Florida governor, Ron DeSantis,
I love this man, by the way,
calls Lia Thomas's NCAA women's swimming title a fraud. All right? He calls it a fraud. He thinks that by allowing men to compete in women's sports, the NCAA is destroying opportunities for women, making a mockery of its championships and perpetrating a fraud. Honestly, Ron, I'm right there with you. Look, you're a guy. You should play guys' sports. Don't be a failure in guys' sports and then be like, oh, well, it's because of the world I can become a trans and now I can go and play women's sports. It's not how it works. I'm sorry. Don't go from your sport that you're, or from your style of men's sports to the women's just so that you can become known and become a champion. That's not the way to do it. Just work hard.
Yeah.
Just dedicate your life, work hard in your sport. And hey, look, maybe you have, William. Maybe you did. I don't know. I don't know your life.
Yeah.
I just know that this is taking over.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it's right for the NCAA to do so.
Yeah, and I'll touch on that. Like, a lot of people have an opinion on the transgender, against it, for it, or whatever thing. And I don't necessarily support it or anything like that.
Yeah, we may lose some people.
Yeah. And that's fine. Like, I'm just not big on it.
Yeah.
But my thing is, like, okay, that's a part of the world now. Everyone has to acknowledge that and understand that that's a thing in the world, and you have to basically respect it. Like, I don't necessarily agree with it, but I respect people for whatever they do. I just have respect for people, and I'm not going to judge someone because of their life decisions. But I'm going to say, in the world of sports, you know, it's separated for a reason, and that's so it is fair. And then when you come into the lines of, well, I want to be this, so just let me play. I think it comes down to, well, show me your birth certificate. And what does it say? That's what you're going to play your sport based off on. That's why you don't see co-ed professional sports.
Right.
Because it just doesn't mix. It's fun, like, whenever you're just playing with friends or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know it's not competitive generally. Like, there's also freak athletes on both sides of the field that could play on both sides. I would say there's genuinely some women in some sports that could play better in some male sports,
right?
And I would say vice versa for some sports that are made for women.
I mean, there's already a big problem with male and female sports in the realm of finances.
Yeah,
I mean, men already get paid significantly more than females, and I think they should even it out a little more.
Yeah,
because I mean, I was reading that 1 year's salary for an NBA player was how much, or was the same as a full contract for a women's basketball player.
Yeah, for like one game or whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, I get it. Look, I get it. It's women's sports. There's not a lot of viewers. I think it should get more viewers.
But I think it's because men's sports came first too, so everybody's kind of got that opinion that, hey, well, we've already been watching men's sports forever.
Yeah.
And it's new. Some people don't want to get into watching it and dive into all the facts from it. So, but that's okay. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, you know, like, equal out the pay with sports, but all at the same time, like, stay in your lane with what you were made as and what you are, and be successful in that. If you're not successful in it, then you need to work to become successful. Don't take a cop out and change your gender so that you can you can go win.
I mean,
you're going to get paid less anyways.
So just for the viewers, Chandler and I are going to have a very distinctive view on this kind of topic because we were both raised in a Christian home. We're both Christians. We're both saved by God. So we're going to have, I mean, we believe that, hey, look, God made us to be men, and he made women to be women, not to change our sex. And so that's just the way it is. But I mean, God has told us to love those people.
Yeah.
We don't have to support. Just love them and care for them because that's what God did when Christ did when he was on this earth.
Yeah,
so,
like I don't touch in all this stuff anyways. Normally, like I don't stay into it. My opinion is like, look, I respect everybody. I love everybody. I don't have hate towards anyone for anything. I may not agree with it, and that's fine. Look, some people were raised differently than me, and I believe what I believe, and they believe what they believe. At the end of the day, I come to realize that, and I don't care, and I'm fine with that. The only thing I can do is try and be like a good influence for them, and if they have questions, their opinion, and they want to know my opinion on something, I'm free to share it there, but I'm not going to force anything on anyone. And I think this whole thing has just brought in a lot of controversy that shouldn't be there, and I don't think it should.
It's hurting the NCAA. It's hurting the NCAA. So let's wrap that segment up right there on that thought. Let's take a really quick break, and then we're going to come back, talk real quick about some Little League sports. We have a funny video that we want to share with you guys today, and then we'll close it out right there on this episode. Awesome. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Beat the Heat on Sports. We want to thank you guys for tuning in to this episode. We want to jump into some Little League sports.
Oh, yeah.
Baseball starting.
Oh, yeah. Parents are going to be wild, man.
Wild.
Dude, I got taken out of a Little League when I was a kid because two of the parents on our team got in a fist fight and got arrested.
That's awesome.
Like, they were removed from the premise.
That is, I mean, look.
Great. Over Little League baseball.
I say that's awesome only because, look, parents.
Bad, man.
Your kids are learning the game.
Yeah.
There's not college scouts in the stands right now.
Dude.
Just let them play.
This is a game. The coaches are not paid.
They're volunteers.
No one here is a professional athlete at this time. Although you think your kid is a pro, the kid hits a ball off of a tee 5 feet, and then another kid runs up and doesn't know what to do with it.
Like, the kid literally chases the other one around. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't throw the ball, and everybody's yelling him to throw.
Yeah, it's
I just wild. Man. So
beware of parents,
Little League is starting, and beware of the parents.
Shout out
that
any
are there.
Little kid that might hear this somehow. I don't know. Watch out for your parents, man. Watch out for your teammates' parents. They are after y'all guys.
They crazy. Yeah, I heard. Not only in baseball, but basketball too. I mean, those parents get after it.
Dude, the refs get hated on so much for letting a kid double dribble or whatever.
Double dribble, they're learning the sport, and it's that parent's like, they're double dribbling.
The kid is probably wearing a pull-up under his basketball shorts right now.
Yeah, I just honestly, I love going to Little League games only because
it's so funny to watch now.
I mean, I'll go and support because sometimes I know the kid that's playing. I only go to Little League games if I know the person. I'm not some creeper that just goes to Little League games.
Just threw himself under a buzz. He'd be pulling up to Little League.
I don't go to Little League games unless I know the kid. I don't just show up.
Catch me and Colin on the field every Saturday morning for the rest of the year.
For the rest of the year, watching Little League. I may go to the Little League game just to record some parents for you guys.
Oh man,
or audio.
Colin
obviously.
Definitely is a stalker now. That's hilarious.
It's the born of a stalker, but. Don't quote me on that.
Please don't get us in trouble.
Don't.
We're not.
I'm just kidding.
Colin has a kid of his own.
I have a kid of my own. Hopefully, she plays sports. I'm gonna actually. You know what? I'm not gonna give her a choice. I'm gonna give her a choice of a sport.
Yeah, but
she gets to choose. But she gets to play a sport. But we want to wrap this segment up with a little bit of funny Little League parent moments, some rage. Yeah. So enjoy the video.
I want to make sure you guys remember what our goals are when we step on this field. Jackson with an X. What's one of our goals when we step on this field?
To do your best stick.
Okay, not even close. Blaine with a Y. Blaine's not here. Blaine, did you get over that bloody nose you got? Yeah. Okay, good. What's one of our goals when we step on this field?
We do our best and try to win.
I like the second half. Nate, you got another one? Rylan, you don't have any other goals. Aiden?
Get out.
Okay, negative, Ghost Rider. All right. Did we learn anything this season?
Yes.
Our goals, no, not even close. Our goals are, listen, our goals are to hit dingers. Everybody better have their eyes on me.
Or maybe
Eyes on me, Rylan. Hit dingers. Disgrace the pitcher's family. Make the other players cry and stomp their butts into the ground. Does everyone understand that? Does everybody understand that?
it looks like the
Look, fellas, look. There are two types of people in this world. There's two types of people in this world. There's winners and there's losers. Just so that we're clear, every time we step on this field, our goal is to be a winner. And if your dad has said, oh, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, just as long as you have fun, well, I hate to say it, your dad's a loser. Okay? So let's get our hands in. That team's pretty good, but we are gooder. So let's go gooder on 3. Let's go gooder on 3. Here we go. Hands in. Hands in. Hands in. Come on, talk to your English teacher here. Gooder on 3. 1, 2, 3. Gooder!
Okay, listen, we've got to stop this. Honestly, I don't care if you're recording right now. Send this to the GSHA. I don't care. Something needs to happen. I mean, your kid, I don't know if no one has told you this, but your kid is not good, okay? He's not good at baseball. He struck out 4 times, swinging. That has nothing to do with the umpire. I don't know why you're mad at me. I mean, the kid, I don't know what coach or who's taking your money and telling your kid he's going to play at the next level. He's literally not, okay? It's time for him to, I don't know, go join the marching band or something like that. Your kid is not good. I mean, we could do everything to help him. We could literally Barry Bonds his body. We could Sammy Sosa his bat. We could get the whole Houston Astros team out here with the drums and the sounds and everything. The kids still can't hit the ball. I mean, it's been going on 2 years, and I've been just getting bullied from you guys from the stands. It's honestly a little bit ironic that you guys are the Indians because you're literally savages, okay? You know nothing about sports. I don't make nearly enough money to be just taking it from you guys over and over and over. I mean, I know you wants to be like the next A-Rod and everything, and I get that, but listen, even A-Rod couldn't keep J-Lo, all right? That dream is over. Your son, I don't know if anyone's told you this, but he plays right field. You know who plays right field? Literally the worst kid.
The fact of the matter is, kids learn from what you're saying, no matter what team you're here for. There's a girl right behind you. You don't see her? See, that shows what you see. You don't think she's a kid?
You know what? You are one of the parents on our side the whole time.
What? How do you even know who I'm from? How do you even? You're grouping me with this town, and you have no idea. That's what I'm telling you. Why don't you just have good sportsmanship and the kids learn from it?
We walked away.
Well, I see you picking fights with everyone that walks by. No, you're not talking. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Walk away. You don't need to show kids that.
All right, so we hope you enjoyed that funny video, but that wraps up this episode of Beat the Heat on Sports. Thank you guys for joining us on episode number 4.
Tune in every Saturday for the latest around the leagues.
This is Beat the Heat on Sports. I'm Colin.
This is Chandler.
And we will see you guys next week.